So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7, an undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, Peter, you can dress it up any way you like, but we all know what we're in for.
And there's no point trying to pretend otherwise. No disguising the edginess that's swirling around us here.
No, these teams only know one way to play each other.
It is a true heavyweight clash. So we're very much on the way now. Haaland! Haaland! That is brilliant!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Calafiori, caught offside that time. Gabriel threads one in, and Marmouche! And it's in! They are purring, truly purring. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So that's two now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Reinders spread it left, and he's had it nicked away. Havertz.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Calafiori picks it up out wide. Eze! That's put paid to the danger. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Yeah, he may feign to shoot and just play it into the box.
And he can't get it over the wall. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now it's Haaland. Marmouche. And it's Eze. Rodri promptly onto that, and that is that. Haaland. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Doku. And Madueke.
Doku really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, super ball! That is a brilliant interception. Rice.
Manchester have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Ake. Can he finish? Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Now it's Haaland. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Ball and the finish! And he's there to get it away.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Nicely weighted ball. Ake. looking to pass their way up the pitch. Cherki going face-to-face with his great rival. Calafiori powering forward here. Arsenal are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Doku. Saliba spots it and intercepts. Calafiori. No, again there's no way through. And here's Marmoush.
Marmoush really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
No, that's been intercepted. And a chance! And he stuck it away! That was a given. It always was.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Reinders. And he was a... The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So we're off again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack...
Chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. Engages and forces him off the ball. Ødegaard. Zubimendi. Ødegaard. Gabriel. Zubimendi. Gyökeres. Havertz.
That's a shame because it was such a good decision. Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Looking to play him in. Eze is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And that could set him on his way. And he's picked it up out wide. That's tidy. Ødegaard. Forced to go back. Rice! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Now it's Reinders. Almost an hour gone.
179.
Ødegaard. Arsenal perhaps contemplating their next change here. Reinders. He won't be happy with that one. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And Marmoush! And it's Rodri. Can he get it through? Oh, important interception. Rice. Havertz has created one goal already. Rice. Can he get on the end of this? Ake kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Looking for the run. Chance, surely! And that's a tidy finish. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Now it's Haaland. Marmoush. This might spell danger. Well, there's the clearance. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made.
He's rising! And that's in! Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Arsenal may be down, but not out just yet. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Marmoush. Marmoush. Haaland! And there's a goal! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Shot at goal! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Raya to save this spot kick and his team. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Gyökeres, and it's Ødegaard. And here's Havertz. Havertz going forward. He is just caressing the ball. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Now it's Haaland.
There will be 3 minutes
Eze.
added time.
And he's in on goal. The ball goes in. And that was very necessary. And smartly reclaimed. And here's Havertz. Tries to play it through. There's the shot! And he hits the net. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Arsenal have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no...
and light bulb to my chin. Forgive me for my sin, blue water wash me clean. Everything to an end like
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Another pass, tries a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Paris Saint-Germain with the corner, there first. Donnarumma gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Marmouche. Doué. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, this little guy, Rico Lewis, might not be tall in stature, Pete.
Diving header! And that has been cleared. And that's really well manoeuvred. Haaland. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and
And a header! Now, who's going to be first to this? Doku. So we're still where we started right now. Now, can they get him away? Rodri. Cherki. And here's Marmouche. Dembele. Chance here to counter. Gets a good foot in there. That is ended up in no man's land. João Neves wants to run onto this. Shot at goal! And again! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
that's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try...
Doué! And that's a sharp finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Paris Saint-Germain are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely...
He's had a shot! And no mistake. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Just one in it now.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And the shot! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Rodri. Vardiol. Reinders. And Cherki. Cherki going face-to-face with his great rival. Hakimi. Doué. And here's Marmoush. Now there's a fine ball. And Marmoush! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Cherki with the short one. There will be a throw-in. Paris Saint-Germain looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. He is through, he's having a shot! It's bounced back off the post. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Haaland, such good technique.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Nuno Mendes. And it's Doué.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Cherki looking understandably energised after his goal. Lewis. Reinders.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Doué. Looking for the run. Oh, it's Dembele. Ruben Dias does really well to win the ball there. Doué. Well, that has not gone well. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Paris Saint-Germain are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. Back on the way then. Haaland. And here's Marmoush. Plays a sharp little... And a chance! And a neat finish! They have come roaring back!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Tries to play it through. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Not getting too much time on the ball here. Oh, what a mistake!
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
And it's Doué. Just about up to the hour now. Lee Kang-in. And this is Dembele. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And he's in on goal. Well, there's a probing ball. That's destined for the flank. He's found a way through. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
And here's Haaland. Haaland! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. That's good play. Lee Kang-in. Vitinha. Now it's Doué. And the counter is on. And it's Neves. Nuno Mendes. Now João Neves. It's a pretty loose pass. Reinders. Cherki. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, that's a key interception. Lee Kang-in. Vitinha. That's Lee Kang-in. Marmouche. Tacho makes the interception. Hakimi. Reinders. And it's Rodri. Here's Doku. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, well played.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Cherki. And the shot! Tacho attempts a clearance. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Dembele.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And here's the chance to counter. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, nice touch. Good read, needed to be. Lee Kang-in. Now it's Ramos. Reinders. And it's Doué. And he's forced to go back. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Dembele. Oh, great chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, it's close, but there is time for no more. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 14. Le numéro
90 minutes
19.
gone and nothing between them still.
Le numéro 29. Le numéro 7.
Barcola. Vitinha. And Kvaratskhelia. This might spell danger. Oh, shooting chance! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Now it's Haaland. Marmouche. Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. Oh, sweet feet. Can he finish? Corner number 3 coming up. Marmouche goes short. Now here's the delivery. And he gets rid in a hurry. Well, that's an excellent interception. Paris Saint-Germain have the chance to go the other way. And this is Dembele. Reinders. Now, what about a counter-attack? Marmouche tries one from range. And that's a real chance missed. Corner number 4 coming up here. And it's been taken short. And now they can spring out of defence. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Vitinha. Barcola. And we're halfway through extra time. So those 15 minutes have flown by. Limbs now and heads indeed at the point of exhaustion. How will this end? The hostilities have already resumed. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Now this could be a chance. Vitinha turns back here, probably the best option. And Kvaratskhelia carries the ball down the right. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Not the most accurate pass. And it's made its way to him. Vitinha really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Desperate defending required here. Cherki plays it short. And it's Reinders.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Gonzalo Ramos with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Cherki. Gonzalo Ramos, absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days.
Decent chance! Incredible! Just incredible! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot and there goes the final whistle. Paris Saint-Germain pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Gonzalo Ramos picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
It's alright. This is the secret.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. Always good to work with you. I'm really looking...
He's had a shot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And what a start!
And it looks like we're going to get the entertainment we were all hoping for.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Lee Kang-in. Now it's Ramos. That is good alertness. Cherki. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Tries to pass it through. And here's Haaland. Shot, surely! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Strong running down that left flank. And that has sent him sprawling. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, this looks sharp. Ambitious ball here. Doué, he's got away. Oh, such a clever shot at goal! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world. Paris Saint-Germain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. That's a sharp pass. And now a sudden chance to counter. Ake deals with that comfortably. Gonzalo Ramos is onto this. Paris Saint-Germain have their second corner now. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Doku. It's played through for him. Big chance! And he's stuck it away. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
That's been cut out, well played. And here's Dembele. Reinders. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. And it's Vitinha. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Reinders, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. That has ended up in no man's land. Ake. He's a sharp little ball here. Lee Kang-in, he is through here. Vardiol did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And it's made its way to him. And that's a dangerous ball. Marmoush! And there's a goal. And the comeback is complete. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Marmoush was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. João Neves. Lee Kang-in. Gives it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Marquinhos has been showed a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. Reinders. Great vision. Nicely spread. Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Haaland. And again! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Manchester really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Rodri. Cherki. Shoots! And that's a good finish. A quite incredible spell. They are and we've reached half-time. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Merci d'accueillir les deux équipes.
That gets us going once more.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Chance for a shot! And he should have made them pay.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Marmouche. Cherki. And it's Doué. Lee Kang-in. Well, played right into his path. Ake. Vardiol. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Muscular approach does pay off here. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to break at pace. Oh, it's Dembele. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
And here's Dembele. Now it's Lee Kang-in. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. That is a brilliant interception. Lewis. Looking to play him in.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get...
And Marmouche! Chance again? No.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Can he get on the end of this? Pass somewhat off target. Can he finish? More pressure on the opposition goal. They've played it short. And here's Marmouche. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to go forward now. Cherki. Looking for options for movement. Lee Kang-in. Could move up a gear here. Knocks it into space. Not a hint of offside here. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. Reinders. Here's Haaland. Looking for the run. Marmouche. He has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Haaland! They've got to be quick to recover this. Into the last quarter of an hour. And it's Doué. Dembele will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He's in a great position here. Great chance! It's in! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Reinders. This is promising. And he was alert to it. Not the most convincing of passes.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
That's destined for the flank. That's where it came from. Dembele. Vitinha! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's managed to get rid. Lee Kang in. Oh, shapes to shoot! And that is doing no harm at all. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Ruben Dias.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Ake. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Now it's Haaland. Cherki. Can he get it through? Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Paris Saint-Germain can look back at this result with regret. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
We're up and running then. Cherki. Cherki will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, this fella Rico Lewis, Peter, is developing beautifully because from the very moment he started appearing in the front...
Great chance! Fair effort, he reacted well.
That's good play, plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Lee Kang in with the short one. Now it's Lee Kang in. Decent chance! And now a sudden chance to counter. Searching pass he's played there. Cleared away. Not the most accurate pass. Cherki. Reinders. And here's Marmoush. Tries a shot, and again. It's in! And we have liftoff. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a...
And Marmoush! Paris Saint-Germain are behind here, despite their domination of possession. He has found the way through. Oh, that's nice. Dembele. Big chance! And it's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Paris Saint-Germain restore parity.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Lee Kang-in, and it's Doué. Doué, he's found the way through. That's good defending, very good defending. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. It's not an especially good pass, that. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. He's got plenty of space out wide here. He's having a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Lee Kang-in actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Paris Saint-Germain have their second corner now. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Oh, sweet feet. And now they can spring out of defence. And here's Ramos. This is real chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Marmoush has found the net here, of course. Reinders. Tacho promptly onto that, and that is that. Passing is crisp and sharp. Always onto this. Doku. Rodri. Ake. Here's Rodri. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And this is Marmoush. It's run loose, who's going to get there? And they've got rid. Pass somewhat off target. He can run onto that. And this is Dembele. And this is Dembele. Shoots! And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, you have to ask questions how this has stayed 1-1, Peter. I do think, though, that the way spaces have been found in key areas with relative ease will be a real concern, something that needs addressing, and fast.
But it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment. Gonzalo Ramos! Haaland. Marmoush. Doku. And it's Reinders. And Cherki. And here's Haaland. He's in a good position here. Lee Kang-in has created one goal already. And here's Dembele. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Wow, look who's involved.
Lewis calmly anticipates. Cherki. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Nuno Mendes. Doué. João Neves. Now it's Ramos. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Vitinha. Lee Kang-in. This is a promising build-up. And it's Vitinha. Has a look and plays it forward. Paris Saint-Germain ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. This looks promising. Marmouche. Oh, just skips chance, surely! Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
They've played it short. And here's Marmouche. Marmouche with the cross. Keeper has taken decisive action. Oh, this looks sharp. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to go forward now. And here's Marmouche. Looking for options for movement. Marmouche! It's a goal! And they get themselves in front! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Manchester are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Marmouche looking to pass their way up the pitch. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Great defending, strong and determined. Reinders. Cherki. Marmouche makes a dash for it. Now that looks a decent... He's had a shot! And yes, it's there! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So the lead now is 2.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Hakimi, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Lee Kang-in. Nice interception, well timed. Reinders. Doku. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Threads one in. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Corner number 2 then. And it's been taken short. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Paris Saint-Germain have the chance to go the other way. And it's Dembele. And here's Vitinha. That's good play. And he was alert to it.
Il y aura 2 minutes de
Reinders.
temps additionnel.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Lee Kang in, looking to receive it in space. That should be it. That will be it. Paris Saint-Germain were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, colour and passion. Tries a shot! Haaland. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, over the years I've seen some great defensive leaders, and this guy, Ruben Dias, lives up to...
And Marmoush! Vardiol. And the counter is on. Marmoush. Looking for a runner. No, he's just misjudged that one. Reinders. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Cherki tries to play it through. Haaland. Cherki. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to register first.
Can he finish? And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit the good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Lewis. Haaland. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Reinders. So we're still where we started right now. Reinders. And Cherki. And it's Lewis. Reinders. Now it's Haaland. Marmoush. Oh, they could be caught out here. Oh, a gilt-edged chance. Big chance! He's delivered all right. The first significant strike. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Lewis. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And there's green grass ahead of him. Haaland finds himself offside.
Manchester really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Ambitious ball here. Haaland! And he should have made them pay.
What a pass, one that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
Lewis. And this is Marmoush. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Reinders, and he was alert to it.
Doku clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Doku. Lovely feed, he is such a good mover. It requires real discipline to defend this deep, and they are showing just such discipline. Reinders. Plays the ball back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Haaland. He's great chance. He's got a goal. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end,
And Marmoush! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Now it's Haaland. Reinders. Cherki. Ake. Brilliantly cut out. Reinders. Chance here to counter.
There will
Good
be
running,
1 minute
strong
at a
and
time.
purposeful. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. It's a quick one. Marmoush. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. The midway point of the game.
Well, I think it's been a fantastic watch with chances created at either end, but it has to be said neither team have been particularly clinical with their finishing.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. Back on the way then. Great vision. Good ball, good take. He is just caressing the ball. Great ball, and he's in here. He's in a great position here. Real chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Vardiol. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Oh, they can break here. Haaland, upright and purposeful. He's got away. Haaland. Now it's Reinders. Cherki, who's set up one goal so far. Marmoush. Turns back here, probably the best option. Ake. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Knocks it into space. Lewis. Lewis ventures forward. Stood up well to him there. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Doku. That's a good run down the left. Doku on a strong run here. Lovely bit of skill. No, he can't get past him. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And the pass is intercepted. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Cherki. And it's Lewis. Cherky will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Reinders. And here's Marmouche. Oh, nice touch. Ruben Diaz did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he was quick to react. Reinders. Cherky. Well, that's beautifully weighted. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Reinders. He is through here. Reinders, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And here's Doku, looking to play him in. Reinders. Here's Haaland.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And he's managed to get free. Shoots! Goal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
After 77 minutes.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
Manchester really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Ake kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Haaland. Cherky. Cherky. Oh, this is a very good run. Very nicely done. And it's Rodri. Now it's Doku. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Nicely shaped ball.
Manchester really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Doku.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Nice looking ball. And that's a simple one for the keeper. So that's it. It is all over. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through them.
Like the flowers.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's...
Haaland! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, that is a nice touch. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Haaland. And he shoots! Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days. All part of a forward's duties.
He's shifting through the gears here. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Doku, and the through ball. Now there's a fine ball, and a chance! It's in! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
I doubt that. And the shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Cherki deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Rodri. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, that's a key interception. Cherki. He's picked his way through. Knocks it into space. Real chance here. Forced to go back. Cherki. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He's a sharp little ball here. And here's Haaland. Good ball, good take. Cherki showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. That has ended up in no man's land. Haaland. BunTheoun deals with that comfortably. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Manchester always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
Skillfully cut out, he is so at ease on the ball. Aimed beyond the defence. Ake with the slide tackle there. Cherki. Cherki. And it's Reinders. Now, can they get him away? Rodri. Well, that has not gone well. Marmoush has created one goal already. Pass somewhat off target. Reinders. Marmoush. Marmoush tries to play it through. He's having a shot! Rodri can clear it away. BunTheoun. No way through. It's not an especially good pass, that. And Reinders. And he's in on goal! Great vision. Haaland!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Now it's Haaland. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Marmoush. Threads one in. Now this could be a chance. He's had a shot! And a neat finish! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Reinders has been caught there, it's a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Reinders. And the referee has blown for half-time.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Well, who could have predicted a scoreline like this after just 45 minutes? The sides separated by 2. And we are back. Big chance! Cherki.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Now it's Doku. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And this is Marmouche. He's on it. Can he get away? Decent chance! And he's really put himself on the line here. Cherki with the short one. That's very neat. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. And here's Haaland. And it's Lewis. Rodri. Can he get it through? And that's another good win of the ball. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Ruben Dias. Cherki. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Ake gets across and deals with it. Marmouche. Just about up to the hour now. Vardiol. It's a pretty loose pass. Looking for options for movement.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Cherki. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Ake. Here's Doku. Vardiol. And it's Reinders. Cherki. Rodri. Here's Doku. Rodri. Reinders. And Cherki. Reinders. Doku. Marmouche. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Reinders. Haaland, whose purpose now is to complete a hat-trick. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Haaland proves just a little bit too strong. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Stood up well to him there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Haaland. Haaland, he has found a way through. Oh, that was vital. Marmouche. Doku. And that is a little undercooked. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Reinders. Haaland. Marmouche! And how did he not put that away?
Well, they've got a big enough job on their hands as it is, Peter. They really need to be putting those chances away.
Opts for safety. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Marmouche. And it's Rodri. Here's Doku. And this is Marmouche. Spread out to the left. Just 5 minutes left. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Ake. Cherki. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Shot a goal! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Haaland.
There will be 1 minute added
And it's
time.
Reinders. A searching ball out wide. It's a goal kick. And that is the final whistle. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
We're up and running then. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Marmouche. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, I know people are probably going to knock me as being biased towards my trade, but when you have someone like this fellow, Josko Guardiola, on your side, it's hard not to pick him out. Such an extraordinary defender with an unconventional style, incredibly quick, and so good at carrying the ball forward. Keep your eyes on him.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time. Goes for a shot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? And he couldn't finish.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Lovely bit of skill. Cherki. Vardiol. And he welcomes it in. Doku! It's their second corner of the game. Cherki goes short. And now a sudden chance to counter. No goals as yet. And here's Haaland. Oh, cracking ball. Cherki. And the counter is on. And Cherki threads one in. Marmouche! Oh, denied brilliantly.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
So, third corner of the game. Cherki with the short one. Cross flung in towards the middle. And now they can spring out of defence. Donnarumma. Ruben Dias. And Cherki. And this is Marmouche. Ainsby. And Marmouche! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Marmouche deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Haaland is onto this. Doku. Can he spark a counter here? Cherki. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Now it's Reinders. Oh, he has stuck it into his own net.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Doku. The sides separated then just by that one unfortunate moment. And the score is 1-0.
Pretty robust defending.
BunTheoun. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Marmouche. He's being... Haaland! It's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Doku. Cherki. Reinders. Rodri gets across to intercept that.
There will be
Doku.
1 minute added time.
Tries to pass it through. Cherki. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, well played, well played. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. But it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Manchester are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Doku. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Haaland. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Doku. Steaming chance! And yes, it's there! And they get themselves in front! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Ruben Dias. Cherki. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And it's Reinders. Cherki. And it's Lewis. And Reinders. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra...
Tries a shot! And there's a goal! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Speed of thought, speed of action, that's another really clever finish.
So again, we have parity.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Reinders. It's a really well-measured ball. Strokes it back. He's in a great position here. Cherki. Haaland. Oh, this looks sharp. That is good alertness. Reinders. Now it's Haaland. That's a good ball out wide. Rodri. Haaland receives it in a good position. Oh, he's been caught. He's had a shot! And he hits the net. Into the lead once more. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
The goal scorer after 72 minutes is number 9.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? BunTheoun. Just about up to 75 minutes. And Cherki. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And here's Marmoush.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Lewis. Reinders. Doku. And it's Rodri. Doku. Ruben Dias did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Reinders. And this is Marmoush. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Haaland.
Manchester really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. BunTheoun cuts out the pass. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Doku tries a cross. There will be a throw-in. And it's Rodri. Cherki going forward. Marmoush is flagged offside. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Haaland voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
It was a very good game, played in the right spirit with a fitting atmosphere.
and I think football won this time.
And if you do have a chance today, please
That's
take
where
some
we have
time
to
out
end it.
give your
From me,
support
Peter
to our
Drury,
better
and
stadium
my
fund.
co-commentator Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.